Hello, hello, and welcome to the Sports Corner YouTube channel. We are back for the third weekend running for the crappiest trilogy known to man. It is Gladbach versus Schalke. As I say, for the 3 weeks running we've covered Gladbach. And of course, as Tubbs has already said in the chat, it is, of course, when Gladbach are playing, it's me, it's KL. We are back for another Gladbach performance. This time they are facing rock bottom of the league Schalke. Just get that in there now, rock bottom of the league. It is a battle of two teams that are on the worst form in the Bundesliga. Unbelievably, Schalke are on better form, even though they're bottom of the league. They've got 1 point. In the last 5 games, Gladbach have 0. So that means Gladbach are officially on worse form than Schalke. But both teams looking to finally turn around some torrid form as Schalke try and keep up with the teams towards the bottom of the division, whereas Gladbach, hopes of Europe may be damned after getting knocked out by Man City in the UCL midweek and now losing chase on the top 6. So we'll have to see what happens there, but let's go through the lineups as we are only 3 minutes away from kickoff. It sounds a bit grainy. Josh, will you come and help me if it does sound a little bit grainy? It shouldn't do, but we can have a look for you. If I just mute my mic 2 seconds to have a listen. I agree, it does sound a bit grainy. If I could get Josh's help, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much, Kyle, for signing, telling me it's a little bit grainy there. Just 1 second. I'll give Josh a ring, see if he can help me out, because Josh did set this up just a minute ago. Maybe it's due to this. Is that any better? I've moved it down a little bit on the mic section, just to see if it is ever so slightly grainy. I'm going to fiddle with the microphone wherever it's coming from and see if we plug it in properly. Is that any better, lads? Is it any better? Just let us know, as I'm giving Josh the message to help me out here. Just let me know in the chat if that's any much better. I've kind of re-plugged it in, seeing if that helps. If that helps the audio at all. Might mute it and give it a listen. Hello Josh, it's a bit grainy apparently. It's a bit grainy.
There we go.
Do you think that's better?
Yeah, always use that one.
Okay,
that one's the
we'll give it another listen.
Give us a message in the chat and see if it's alright. I think you clicked the wrong one.
Let's have a look. I'll mute this for a second. Josh is there. So it's this one here.
Yeah, you always want to click that one.
Right, Kyle, give us a message in the chat. Are we back to the proper one? Because if we are, then we... Yes, it's a little bit better. Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully that's enough.
It should do.
Right, no worries. Now, even I've bottled it. This is why I'm doing this stream, because it's the Battle of the Bottlers, and I've bottled the microphone. Thank you very much, Josh.
You're welcome, lads.
As Josh leaves us for the night. Goodbye. But there we go. We should be back, Kyle. Let us know if it's any better in the chat. There we go. Look, everyone's popping off. There we go. Daz says, evening, Kieran. How are you? I'm all right, Daz. It's nice to see you, as always. Kyle and Tubbs and all that are all in it. And we should be back. Hi, Kyle, as well. I forgot to say hi to you. You helped me out with the audio, but I forgot to say hello. How are we all doing in the chat? Josh is the technician. That's so Filipino. Josh is basically the heart. The heart and soul of this. We pop in for football games we fancy, and Josh does all the hard work behind the scenes. We do help him. I promise there's more to it than just that. But let us know how your teams have done and how you're all doing today as we go through the lineups, because now it should be kick-off time. Yeah, in about a couple of minutes. But we'll go through the home team, who today are Schalke, the team at rock bottom of the Bundesliga. It is Frederick Ronau in goal, a back three of Tio Mustafi, who scored a horrible own goal last week, and Timo Becker. A midfield five with the wingers, or maybe wing backs, of Kalhanoglu and William, and a midfield three of, normal fullback Sead Kolasinac, Oscar Mascarell, and Suat Sardar, the other pillars of the central midfield. And up front, the youngsters of Max Hoppe and Benito Rahman. Schalke are going to be the ones to kick off, but before we do that, let's look at their bench. It's Benjamin Stambouli, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar, Oshipka, Harit, Schopf, Langer, Merken, Aydin and Bozdogan. So, to be fair for Schalke, a lot of youngsters in this team. They're having a really rough season, so most of their experienced names are on the field. But for the away team, who again are on worse form than Schalke, let's have a look what they've gone with today. It is 2 changes. It is Jan Sommer in goal as usual. Ben Sabini, Elvedi, Ginter and Leiner make up the back 4. The midfield 3 is Newhouse, Kramer and Stindl. And a front 3 of Thuram, Plier and Hoffman. From midweek, it's Mbolo and Lazaro who drop out of the team. But how are we all as I'm watching this game? I was going to say with optimism, but I came into last week's Augsburg game optimistic. If Kyle has any of his wild predictions that he wants me to say are wrong and then eventually come right, let me know in the chat. Tubbs is the same. But I'm hoping for a win today for Gladbach. And as I say, both teams really, really need this victory. A draw probably doesn't do it for either team, especially not Schalke, because if you look at the Bundesliga table, Schalke are around 11 points off safety, so they need to start picking up victories and picking them up quickly, whereas for Gladbach they have slumped towards mid-table and are sitting on 34 points, and they sit amazingly only 6 points off Leverkusen, who obviously picked up a really tough defeat last week. I think it was to Armenia on the Sunday, another team, Leverkusen, who have just slumped completely out of form as of late, which has surprised a lot of people, as Kyle has decided to go with Gladbach to win 2-1. Kyle, I admire that, because I hope we do manage to pick up the victory today. I think overall, with a better team, but it depends on the day, because as we said, both teams just out of form. But if you look at Schalke's past performances, last week they faced a really good Wolfsburg side and kind of got picked off in the end, which is what you'd expect. As I'm just looking at what games some of you guys are watching. Tubbs, your Bayern team won 4-0 with a man down. I saw the first half. Alphonso Davies was at a double yellow, and then Lewandowski hitting a first half hat-trick with 10 men, which is just exactly what the lads do at this point. And as Tubbs says, they talk about Everton v City, both Daz and Tubbs there, which is another game going on at this time alongside the Bundesliga game. You've got the FA Cup going on at the moment. Southampton picking up a decent win against Bournemouth early today. Sorry, it wasn't midweek, it wasn't that bloody long ago. But yeah, 3-0 for Southampton, and it's Everton v Man City. I think for that one, I'd be stupid if I didn't go with Man City, as Ben Sabani's first drilled cross tests the defence of Schalke, and it's cleared behind for a corner for the Foals. As I'm looking at the chat, and Daz says 3-0 Gladbach. I'm loving the positivity, lads, and Gladbach to win 3-1, but lately my predictions have come out reversed. Great, thanks Tubbs. Really confident about that now, as Suat Serdar seems to be nursing an injury early on. We'll keep monitoring that one as Hoffman stands over the corner, ready to put the ball in. We know that they're not great from set pieces, but it's a ball towards the middle of the box, over the head of Ben Sabini. There is the ball is being recycled though by Gladbach, as Hoffman goes for his second opportunity. It's free at the back post. Thuram heads it over to Ben Sabini, and it's straight into the hands of Frederick Rono. I think it would have been given as offside anyway. But a positive start from Gladbach, who, as I say, it's a must-win game. It's a must-win game for both sides. But let us know in the chat your thoughts on this game. As Schalke, it's one of them this season. It looks like they might be dead and buried this season. I think it's going to be a really tough ask for Schalke to manage to get out of the little bit of the rut they're in. They brought in some players in January. They've got William on loan from Wolfsburg, who's playing today. They've got Mustafi, who's obviously from Arsenal. Kolasinac came back from Arsenal as well, to kind of try and help their former side out, but I really struggle to see if this Schalke team I think this would be one of the greatest escapes possible, but they have got an attack on the right-hand side, and William goes for the quick ball. Luckily for Gladbach, it's overhit, and it is going to be picked up by Sead Kolasinac, who's playing as a midfielder today, even though he's... people expect him to see him as a fullback, but today he's gone and played in the midfield, as they're just showing the sporting director of Gladbach. Oh no, that's... Let me have a look. Was it? Yes, it was. It was the sporting director of Gladbach, who obviously has been seeing over this horrific run of form from Gladbach so far this kind of last month or so. I think that the wheels started to fall off against Cologne. But speaking of Cologne, they picked up a very good point today against Dortmund, which again I can't tell if it helps or hinders the rest of the teams in the league. And I thought with Bayern Munich going down to 10 men, they might have struggled, but there's a ball through here which is dealt with quite well at the back by Thion, as he was in a foot race with Hoffman, and he did win the foot race in the end. But within 5 minutes, I think Gladbach have definitely been the ever so slightly better side, and I think what we might see is that sort of storyline of attack versus defence in this one, as Gladbach continue to come forward, and Schalke will be looking to get their goals on the counter-attack. As Kramer breaks through the lines, he's dribbling down the right-hand side, cuts inside nicely, goes with a shot with the left, and it's deflected into the box. Who knows where that will end up? And Daz has said that he's put Everton on. Fair play, Daz. If you've got Everton on, listen to this, you'll know the result in this game. But Everton v City, what's your prediction for that one, Daz? Are you looking forward to it? Do you think Everton could possibly pull off? It'd have to be a massive shock. But if Everton could pull it off, as Schalke is going to get a free kick in the midfield there, I'm surprised they might not go back with a yellow card, because it was very cynical as Schalke were breaking away, and he is going to go to the book within the first 6 minutes of the game. The referee has decided it's a yellow card, and I completely agree with him, for Remy Ben-Sebaini, who's already on a yellow this game, as basically Suat Serdar turned him in the midfield, and he just pulled him back as he was trying to make a breakaway, and it's a complete right decision. As Tubbs has said, stupid foul by Ben-Sebaini. Yeah, he's got turned by Serdar, and to try and prevent the breakaway, he's just grabbing hold of Serdar, and it's a deserved yellow. But as you say, Tubbs, stupid, because now with 7 minutes played, he's got to watch himself for the rest of the game to make sure he doesn't get sent off, because if he gets sent off, then this becomes a completely different fixture, and it will officially become the worst trilogy on the planet of the last 3 watch-alongs that I've done on Gladbach. So any news on who will replace Rosa next season? Well, no exact news. I did see that I think it was Erbel, the sporting director, came out after Joachim Löw was stepping down of the Germany job, and he said, we're not focused on that sort of stuff. So maybe Joachim Löw, and maybe it was all a bit of smoke and mirrors about, no, we're not gonna talk to Joachim Löw, he's still got his job to do for Germany. Maybe that is what it's looking at now. But for me, I do think they'll start to look soon. I don't think they'll make it till the end of the season. I don't think anyone's coming in before the end of the season. I think Rosa is well and truly going to be the man in charge for the foreseeable future for Gladbach, especially until this season concludes. Which, for good or bad, hopefully it depends if they can turn it around and get into the European places. Maybe, as Daz has put 2-2 Everton to win on pens. That would be a hell of a game and a hell of a result, to be honest with you. If Everton were to get the draw, as Liner pings a ball towards the back post, and it was a good clearance by Becker, as it seems to be kind of Schalke's MO to hit them on the counter, and they almost did, because Benito Rahman did a really nice nutmeg on Nico Elvedi, who's bounding forward here. He's bringing the ball out from the back, and before releasing Marcus Thuram. I don't know if we're expecting a big performance from Marcus Thuram today, as last week I got promised a Marcus masterclass and I didn't quite get to see it. But this week, maybe we can have part 2 of Marcus's not so masterclass. As would you take Lowe seriously? I think I'd have to see who's on the market, or if they're gonna, because what you've got to do is look at managers that are available first. That's always one thing. And then also you've got to look at whether they'd be willing to pay somebody off to join them, as it seems that Schalke have brought the defensive lines here, and he's inside out of Elvedi, whipped across the box, and Ben-Sebaini, emergency clearance from the Algerian, as Schalke managed to break forward there. And I think it was Hoppe who did some really nice trickery. I think the offside flag has gone up now a little bit later, because he did try and time his run. I think Elvedi just stepped up at the right time to cause him to be offside. But really Really good attack by Schalke, to be honest. Surprising me a little bit there, as it looks like they have settled into a 4 at this point, with William as the right back and Tior as the left back. As Kyle says, Eintracht Frankfurt won earlier, so it'd be great if they got Champions League. Same as Wolfsburg, they're all on the right track, and with Dortmund dropping points as well, that race at the top, if they can keep cutting away the other teams, it could be a really nice end to the season for teams. And Tubb says, I'd rather have an interim than take Low. Exactly. To be fair, an interim, I don't really want an interim right now, but I think at the end of the season, we've got to look and see who's available. And maybe Jurgi Low is the best available, but I think it's something they're going to look back on at the end of the season and decide. I don't think it'll be Joachim Low personally. Tubbs, mate. I don't see it personally, but we'll have to see. And hopefully, with the rest of the season still to play out, hopefully they've got European football, because then they become a much more desirable option for a manager rather than, if they stay mid-table. I think it's a desirable job anyway because it's a very good team, but we'll have to see, because hopefully Marco Rosa doesn't take any of the players with him to Dortmund, as I've seen Florian Neuhaus been rumoured and players like that. But we'll have to see at the end of the season. There's too many unknowns at the moment. As James says, evening KL, how's the game? Well, to be honest with you, James, nice to see you as always. It's 10 minutes in so far, and it's been a whole lot of nothing really. Some half chances, some balls into the box from either team, some emergency defending from Ben Savani, who picks up a yellow early on. But in terms of clear-cut opportunities, we haven't really had one from either side, as Gladbach are looking to break down Schalke's defensive unit, as they have pretty much every single man in their own half. As Jojo29 says hello Jojo29, nice to see you as always. I hope you're enjoying either this match or any match you're watching so far. As let's have a look. We've got Kyle who says, if Everton can beat City, it'll stop talk of not only the quadruple but a treble, and that would make me happy. Yeah, to be honest with you, the City Hall quadruple talk, I mean, would I be surprised? No, I think but for me, the big thing on City at the moment is it's got to be Champions League. That's the focus they've got to put on it, I do believe, because they've won everything else. It doesn't matter. For me, the Champions League is the one they've got to win if they have any chance of, not shedding the doubters, but basically, yeah, shedding the doubters away. They've got to put it in. As let's look what else has been said. As somebody told me, Champions League 6, 13th April, Liverpool, Real Madrid. Yeah, I think they have announced the days of the games, which is what I was supposed to say there. As you'll get to know which day your team's on, because I think we learned that Slavia and United are playing on the same day for Rowan and KD. So that sort of thing. As Jojo says, what do you think of this stupid Champions League reform? I haven't heard of it, Jojo. Maybe I've missed something. I'm not sure. If you just pop it in the chat what you talk about, and maybe I could let you know. Or if you're talking maybe the European Super League, maybe is that what you're talking about, possibly. But if you just put it in the chat and let me know, and then I'll have a chat about it. As Thuram skips past William nicely, release it on the edge of the box for Neuhaus, who tries to bend it towards the back post, but he can't quite get there. Can Liner, who'd made the overlapping run from right back. But yeah, the Champions League reform, I'm not sure about. I might have to Google it, to be honest with you. I'll be honest, I've been distracted this week by Gladbach getting knocked out of the Champions League. That's what's been taking up my attention this week. Unfortunately, we crashed out to Man City, and then Man City got Dortmund, and also, obviously, I wasn't here for the Champions League draw and the week. What do you guys think of that? Because some tasty ties, and I was in the chat, but I wasn't quite in the stream itself. I went and got some sausage and bacon butties for the lads. Went out and got some of that because it was an early start on that day to get up and sort all the draws out. So I went and obviously the A-League watch-along was that morning as well. So I had to go out and get the sausage and bacon butties and provide as Gladbach are building through the thirds. Thuram squares up William again. He seems to have the beating of him as he drills it into the box, and Rono gets there. Terrible clearance from Rono, falls to Neuhaus, falls in the box, it's in the back of the net! Lars Stindl, it's a double rebound, but Gladbach will take it. It was Thuram skipping past William, crosses it in, and Rono couldn't handle it, parried it into the path of Neuhaus, who was falling when he took the shot. That was blocked, but it finally fell to Lars Stindl, the captain, who lashed it in to the lashed it into the roof of the net. But there's going to be a check for whether Thuram started. Did it go out of play? Did it go out of play? Is all the ball over the line? That's the question. They're going to look at it. It's a horrible clearance again from William for the second one. And then the third block, it was a scrappy goal, but Stindl lashes it home into the roof of the net. We're going to see it here. Thuram skips round William. It does look out of play, but I think we'll have to see it in slow-mo first, as Schalke's defensive frailties there have shown once more. The game's restarted. Doesn't look like it was over the line. 1-0 Gladbach. Massive start for the Foles here. As I thought, like you, Tubbs, it may have been out of play. Rowan says it went out of play. I think I'd like to see a replay, to be honest with you. I'd like to see, like, the slowed down version, but it's not. Apparently, it's not gone out of play. Maybe not all of the ball was over the whole of the line. And Gladbach, I'd say deservedly in this opening couple of minutes, take the lead as it's offside by Schalke. Yeah, I really want to see a replay of that, if they could. As it's 1-0 to the Foles. Come on, Tubbs, you love to see it. As 15 minutes in, it's 1-0 Gladbach. I was worried that it wasn't going to get given. Rowan's salty tears, yeah, when one's team, can't pick up a win in the Bundesliga against Cologne, even though we lost to Cologne, I can still take shots, it's fine. It's, yeah, but you know it, Tubbs. Gladbach there definitely didn't go out of play. Absolutely fantastic from Gladbach. And there's a ball over the top that Ronaldo was out of his box and he wasn't quite sure. He was coming and going. As Jojo has put the Champions League reform, thank you, Jojo, for that. 36 teams, one group, every team, 10 games in the group stage, top 8 in the last 16, 9th to 24th playoffs for the other 8 spots in the last 16. They want to do this 2024 in the Champions League. I don't like it. I'll be honest, there's nothing wrong with the Champions League. I just like the Champions League the way it is, personally. But, because if you finish, like, as you say, 9th to 24th playoffs for the other 8 teams, like, if you finish 24th, how do you deserve a space in the last 16? I'm not a fan of that at all, Giorgio. You let me know. Let me know what you think. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that at all. I guess maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I just like what we've got now. I don't think it needs to be changed at all, in my opinion. As Rowan says, rigged. Yeah, definitely rigged. Definitely out of play there. As do you know what? The moment we're winning a game and it gets called out for rigged, there's a chip ball over the top and Ronald's out of his net again, doing his best Manuel Neuer sweeper keeper. He's got it clear though. But a good start. As we're going to see the replay here. Again. Oh, that's out. Oh. That looks out to me. I don't know how. Marcus Thuram, though, looks in the mood tonight. He skipped past 3 before trying a Cruyff turn and falling over. Kind of embarrasses himself at the end of a really lovely run. Tried to do one too much there after skipping past 2 or 3 players. I've got to admit, Thuram has the beating of William, the right back tonight, in my opinion. He looks like he's going to have a good night, does Marcus Thuram against the former Wolfsburg fullback. But to me, that looks like it was out of play. You know what? I might believe the rigged comments. I think that needed to be checked. Maybe it's one of them where they didn't bother zooming right in, which is, I guess, fair enough. I don't know, because it goes for your team. You can't really moan about it, but VAR maybe should have had a stronger look at that, possibly. As Daz says, Clive Tills is on BT. Is he commentating on the Everton v Man City game, I presume? As it's nice to see him. I wonder who's on commentary with him. Co-commentary, is it like Martin Keown or something? Maybe somebody like that, I'm not sure. Who's got relations to Man City or Everton? Maybe Steve McManaman or something like that. I'm not sure whoever's with Clive Tilsley on that one. As Jojo says, yeah, it's weird. They're destroying everything. World Cup 2026 with 16 groups, 3 teams per group is also very strange. As Schalke have a change ready, as a Schipke's coming on. Is it for Serdar? No, it's for William, who's had a terrible start to the game. I don't see an injury. I think William is being subbed off for a Schipke within 20 minutes. he was having a poor game. I mean, Thuram had the beating of him on the occasions he went forward, but William, unless it's a change of shape or an injury, but we don't have commentary on because I don't want to get copyright issues. So, but William off, a Shipka on, 20 minutes in. Well, that's a hell of a storyline in this first half. No, William is not happy. He's not injured. He's kicked the cooling box. He's not happy at all. He's been subbed off within 20 minutes for a Shipka. And now that, he's off down the tunnel. That's a big decision by the manager to sub him off. I've got to say, he was having a poor first 20 minutes, but players can turn games around. But he hasn't been given the chance as players now on this left-hand side. We'll see how a Shipka lines up. I hope to God that he doesn't give a Shipka the running around, because I don't know if they have any more left-backs or right-backs on the subs bench to sub out. But that is insane within 20 minutes. As back to Jojo's comment about the World Cup, the only positive I can see from the World Cup, right, the only positive thing is we'll get to see some nations we've never seen before, which will be quite fun. Like if the likes of some strange... Sierra Leone, want Sierra Leone to go through, obviously, with Mohamed Bouyatoura when he gets called up to the World Cup in 2026. As Schalke do come forward, and there was a couple of ricochets from the Gladbach defenders, not convincing, to be honest with you, at the back there, as Richarlison over the bar with a bicycle kick. That would have been a hell of a goal if we'd have seen that. I'd love to see a cheeky bicycle kick. I don't think I've ever seen one on a watch-along. I think I have seen a scorpion kick, which is better than most. Another yellow card in this game. Omar Mascarell, the Spanish centre midfielder, has been yellow carded within 20 minutes. So we've got 2 yellow cards, we've had a substitute and a goal. Good start to this one. Good start indeed. And he's doing everything with Steve McManaman. Yeah, I knew it'd be. Because Steve McManaman usually does the Liverpool games, and for some reason, by proxy, gets the Everton game because he's from Merseyside. Makes sense. As Tubb says, William sulking is funny AF. Do you know what the thing is? I kind of don't blame him. Like, it's hate to get subbed on after 20 minutes. It's like when you was a kid playing football. If you got subbed off in the first half, it was quite poor. But also, if you got subbed on and then subbed off, or got subbed on for like 5 minutes, I understand the pain. I understand the pain. Like, I can understand, like, he probably believed he could turn the game around, and maybe it wasn't like the most horrific start I've ever seen. But he's been subbed off, so no more for William. I don't know how that's going to go. If they come back and turn the game around, that'll look like a tactical masterclass. But if they don't, and they end up losing this considerably, it just seems a little bit pointless, and you probably annoyed one of your players in the first couple of minutes. So a shock to me, especially when I saw that change. I thought it might be an injury for Serdar, because Serdar was holding his groin earlier in the game, and I thought that might have been it, but no. Just and I've just looked. The replay is showing me the slowed down version of the Thuram one. It's very close, but not all the ball is over the line, so right decision there. But in full speed, it did look like it had gone out. But after full speed, looking back, it's a fair enough goal. As Jojo says, I support Leverkusen and want Schalke to win. Well, Jojo, we are Gladbach. I don't want fans. I'm a Gladbach fan. I was going to try and be unbiased commentary, but no, I'm a Gladbach fan. I want them to win in this game. But Leverkusen, I don't think they've played yet this weekend, have they? No, because obviously you had that difficult loss to Armenia last week. Who do you play tomorrow? Because I know Hoffenheim play Mainz. Not sure who Leverkusen play this week, but I know it's tomorrow, and that's good enough. Or is it Monday? Because if it's Monday, then I've just embarrassed myself. But I do think it is tomorrow, as Schalke have a free kick deep in their own territory in this one. But with 25 minutes played, it has been quite an entertaining watch so far. Leverkusen playing Hertha. Now, you see, Hertha are not... I don't support Hertha. I never have. But Matheus Cunha is a bloody quality player. And I really hope he shines tomorrow. Obviously, for you, Jojo, I hope Leverkusen can pick up the victory in general. But as long as Matheus Cunha scores and impresses, That's fine. You can win 2-1 or something as long as Cunha gets a goal. Something along them like that'll do me very very nicely. As also for any FIFA players, Matteo Guendouzi, what if card, needs to score 6 goals. That'd be helpful if they could get. They could go towards that tomorrow. As Gundogan just went down, first yellow for Alan. That's a man who likes a tackle, innit? Alan is a man who likes to tackle, and he likes to get in and around the ball. As the cross comes in for Schalke, Mustafi's header can't quite get there, and it's cleared eventually by Gladbach. The first real sustained pressure from this Schalke team within the first 25 minutes there. And Mustafi last week scoring a horrific own goal. I don't know if any of you managed to catch it last week, but my lord, cross came in, and I think he went to head it back to Rono, not on the same page, nodded it into the bottom corner by himself. So I think we've seen, if you watch English football, you saw some Mustafi while he was at Arsenal. It was very much reflective of that, as there was a shot from range, actually. I think it was by Benito Rahman, and it was pretty damn poor. I'll be honest with you, there by Benito Rahman. As Tubb says, and if Leverkusen win plus 3 goals, they leapfrog Dortmund for 5th. They do. They do indeed. Leverkusen, to be fair, I don't know about you, Jojo, they're not on the greatest form at the moment. I think, getting knocked out of the Europa was quite a gut punch for them, especially by a team like Young Boys. I thought you should have got through in that one. But also in the league, and last week, that really crushing loss to Armenia. But I do think you can turn it around, and if you can get into the European places, that's the job. As Ben Sabani's on the overlap, it's deflected to back post. Player runs with the header, claims for handball. I don't think it was myself. I think he was a little bit too close for handball on the Schalke defender there. But I'm sure it'll be looked at by VAR, as everything is. As Chris puts, hi mate, hope you're well. Hiya Chris. Should I mention Carlisle? Should I? No, we'll leave it. We won't mention it. Don't worry, Hull drew as well. We drew with Shrewsbury, so don't worry about it, but I won't mention Carlisle. But it's nice to see you, as always, Chris. Are you watching the Everton game, or have you whacked on some Bundesliga football with Schalke Gladbach? Tubbs says, Tubbs needs a goal in the Everton game. Do you Tubbs? Is that just to knock out Man City? Or do you have like a bet on or something that you need like both teams to score? As Jojo says, Schalke will finish 18th. Sadly, I think you're right. I think, unfortunately for Schalke, the financial trouble that they're in, kind of the complete culling of most of their talent over the last couple of years, has come back to bite them a little bit, and they will unfortunately go down to Bundesliga 2, which hopefully I want them to rebuild, reform, and come back. Unfortunately, but I don't think they will. As Chris has had his rant, and Alan, hi mate. Alan, it's nice to see you as always, mate. Hey buddy, how's it going? I'm doing all right, mate. I'm happy to see Gladbach scoring as they drilled one across the box. Cleared though, as he says, watching from Ireland. Good to see you. Hope you had a great St Patrick's Day, and you can still remember the day itself. And he needs 4 goals in this game. I tell you what, I think we could see it, mate. I think this could be the game where we see 4 goals, because Schalke can be a little bit shaky defensively, and they have conceded early. But Newhouse has nicked the ball high up the pitch. He's dribbling into the box. Nice bit of close control from the German centre mid, who's been really impressive over the last couple of weeks. And I'll let you know if we can get that 4th goal. So I'm just going to click this on just to see if we can get the laptop on charge, because it's not on charge at the moment, so hopefully we can. Yeah, there we go, laptop's charging, so we shouldn't go down. I was just wondering there, because it said our battery was on like 20%, so I was hoping we didn't go. What a great stream. We've had a bad mic, a laptop running out of charge, subbed off after 20 minutes. What a fantastic day this has been, as Newhouse's switch of play finds Thuram. Not had as much success against a Shipka, but he is going to cut inside, and his pass is wayward, and it ends up coming off the Schalke defender, and it's a crunching tackle in the middle by Christoph Kramer, which the referee won't pull back. He played the advantage, but it could be a yellow. Tubbs has said he's watching both games, and both are boring. What do you mean? We're playing some good stuff here, Tubbs. I do understand where you're coming from, though. Not much by the way of goal mouth action. I will tell you. Not much in the way of goal-mouth action in this one, which is not doing well for Alan's 4 goals, I'll tell you that. But almost nicked off Christoph Kremer in the middle. I think, I'll be honest, I do think we may see more goals in this game. And I've completely jinxed it, Kyle and Tubbs, who know I have a habit of jinxing results. But I do think we'll get 4, maybe. Maybe not all Gladbach, but I hope so for you. Sorry, Alan. Chris has put, I'm bloody ill and I hoped Carlisle would make my day better. Of course, that wasn't going to happen. Do Liverpool play this week? Because then maybe they can cheer you up a little bit. I'm not sure. They're not still in the FA Cup, are they? I don't know. I don't keep up with the FA Cup because we got beat by Stevenage. So I just ended up giving up on the FA Cup. Imagine Schalke v Hamburger in Bundesliga 2. It's such massive names, like Schalke especially. We've seen some big names though. Cologne, when they were in Bundesliga 2, they're a big name. As Georgia's put, the Schalke and Hamburger memes in Germany. Oh, wow. Are they? Because obviously we're not German. We kind of watch Bundesliga football because we appreciate the German league. And it's probably my favourite league in the world to watch. But I did not know that they were a meme as Liner breaks through on the right. Drills across in. Player. It goes past 2 of them. Stindl prods a foot at it. It goes past him. And Player prods a foot at it. And it goes past him. I think Hoffman would have been offside the first bite of the cherry. But Player at the back post, he was onside. Should be putting that home, the Frenchman, who's not been his typical clinical self in front of goal in this Bundesliga campaign. But Alan says he does remember the day because sadly he was working. And that is not what you want to see. And well done for working during this time as well, of course, due to COVID-19. I'm hopefully it was like a job where you could stay safe and all that. But as some people are on furlough and stuff, so maybe you could have got a little bit tipsy during the day. And Hamburg would beat Schalke 4-0. Would they? Do you think? I'm not sure. To be fair, this Schalke team today and the team that's been in the Bundesliga, they're struggling to win games. They are struggling to win games. But it is interesting to know that Schalke and Hamburg are memes in Germany. I'm trying to think of the English meme clubs. If anyone could pop any in the chat, I'm thinking maybe Arsenal and Tottenham are quite meme-worthy. 1, because one of them's got no trophies, and 2, because of Arsenal Fan TV. Any other meme clubs in England? I'm trying to think now. It's a really interesting topic, that one. Meme clubs. If we're talking teams that have had a fall from grace, I think you can look at Portsmouth and Wigan and teams like that. They're teams that have fell from grace, but I don't know if they get memed over it. Maybe, yeah. But Schalke need to come back up because of the yes, of course, the Revier derby. That is a fixture that we are going to miss. But maybe, I was trying to think Pokal, but do I fancy Schalke's chances in the Pokal? No. We're long from the days though of I don't know if you guys remember the Schalke Dortmund 4-4, Big Naldo popping up in the last minute with a towering header. That's a classic Revier derby, isn't it? Sadly, I don't think the games these days have been that competitive, but Dortmund are going one way and Schalke going the other. As Kyle's put, don't jinx it, Kyle, by saying Gladbach can get 4 because Schalke will end up getting them. At least for Alan's bet, his bet will come in, and that's all that matters. So, well, it doesn't matter to me. I'm really hoping we win, but that's not the part. I won't jinx it, Kyle. I'll say nothing. We've learnt this now. We've learnt this. I will say nothing. As Chris did put, I'm watching Everton v Man City, hoping City will win so Everton can't win that trophy and not let Manchester United have a winnable run in the FA Cup. But do you want Man City to be in for the quadruple, Chris? I feel like this is a bad game for you. I feel you can't win. As no, Liverpool don't play till they have to. And Thuram's through. He's 1-on-1. He got slipped through by Player. Chips it past. It's completely not connected with it properly. Player through ball Thuram. He should have scored. He was in behind a Shipka. It's a beautifully timed run. He goes to chip it over Ronald with his left. And he completely mishits it and it hits the side netting. The Frenchman should be scoring. Oh, it's just a really badly timed chip. And it's gone, thinking, yeah, Tubbs, right on time. Thuram miss. Not a masterclass, again. But Alan says, thanks, I work in retail. Just boring. Oh, mate, I've worked in retail plenty of times. I won't name the company. But yeah, it can be very, very boring at times, I think. Especially when like there's either a game on you want to watch or like, you know, St. Patrick's Day. I remember during the World Cup trying to sneak Denmark v Switzerland. It only ended 1-0. It wasn't worth trying to sneak it onto the shop floor, but it was worth it anyway. As Ben Sabini hits a shot that may have gone out for a throw-in. I think it's just gone out for a goal kick instead, but it was close. As Sunderland and Newcastle and Arsenal are the meme club. Yeah, sorry, Alan. Yeah, you are an Arsenal fan, but they are the meme club. Sunderland and Newcastle. Do you think between each... I mean, to be honest, after Sunderland Till I Die, Sunderland became meme-worthy. Because Tottenham did because of their documentary as well. You get the opportunity to become meme-worthy when you're on the documentary. Because you get like behind the scenes and some of the fans as well. They always get the most outrageous fans. I'd like to see just some normal fans represented, but I feel Sunderland did a decent job at that. As next week after internationals, Kieran, Arsenal away on Sunday on Sky. Oh, right, okay. So Arsenal are away on the Sunday. Is that Liverpool v Arsenal, Daz? Are you telling me about there? I think it was. Liverpool v Arsenal on Sky. It's a big game. It's a big game, definitely. That must be part of their Super Sunday coverage. And I did see that Manchester United are playing Brighton on the comeback after the international break on a Sunday, or was it the week after the comeback of the international break? I'm not sure. The games are coming thick and fast, lads, I'll be honest with you. As Jojo puts, I think Hamburg will go up to Bundesliga this season and Schalke down, so they'll just miss each other. I have looked at the Bundesliga too, because I like to see how Paderborn are doing, because when we did the original Bundesliga goals show before, during the lockdown period, I kind of just wanted Paderborn to stay up. I wanted them to pull off the masterclass of like staying in the league. They didn't. They were rubbish. But it was fun to try and support the underdog team, which was what I did when... and if you were there for the first Bundesliga goal shots, Neuhaus flicks it over one head, cuts inside, great strike, in off the side netting. Again, Neuhaus, absolutely brilliant. He chips it over one man's head. And then some brilliant close control by the German central midfielder. Absolutely wonderful football. And then he hits it with his left and he just gets it into the side netting. Another decent opportunity though for Gladbach, and if finishing continues like this, Alan, we're lucky to get one more, let alone four. As Tubbser says, Thuram's miss. Yeah, we know. Thuram's bloody rubbish. He's not rubbish. As you said earlier, don't worry, the Thuram Masterclass is incoming. At the moment, it says Thuram Masterclass pending, and we're just waiting for it to be fully loaded in the second half. I'm putting it on now. Second half, Thuram. He gets one. He gets one. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to overdo it. He gets one. As Tubb says, and a Harrit might do a madness all of a sudden. He's one of the players that I think will leave Schalke. Most definitely is Amin Harrit. He's not even starting today. And he's had problems with injuries this season. But I do think he's one of the players that people probably see potential in and will pick him up eventually. I think there's another player like I think Suat Serdar will be going as well. I think he'll be another one that will get picked up at some point. As Tubbs said, who's the Everton keeper? It is João Virginia, and Tubbs said as well. Because is Robin Olsen and Pickford injured? I don't know if they were both, if Pickford and Thingy were injured, I'm not sure, but maybe they might, maybe he is injured, I don't know. Because I know where Robin Olsen is usually the backup, and I just think, I presumed he was injured. To be honest with you, as the ball was into the back stick. I'm just seeing... As a ball gets whipped into the box, and this is what happens when I'm without Josh. I feel like a child again. I'm just like, what is happening here? I don't know whether to flick these two things on. There's two plugs behind me which I might flick on, but I don't want to do. Maybe they're the studio lights. I'm having a mare, lads. I'm having an absolute mare. As I think that, yeah, I think it's on charge. Let me check. Are we charging? Yes, we are. We're good, lads. We're good. Have I froze? I'm frozen. Help me. Can you still see me? Am I frozen? I'm trying to see what's happening here, but on my screen, I am frozen, lads. Is anyone else having this problem? Or can you still see me? Let me know in the chat if you can still see me, or am I frozen? Because if I'm frozen, then we've had a mare. As Schalke coming forward, I don't even know if you can still see me. Skips past one in the middle. It's Benito Rahman who squares it. Hit Sommer. I'm froze. I knew I was. I knew I was froze. Why has that happened then? I'm frozen. Can you still hear me though? Why am I frozen? Lads, help me. I don't know why I'm still frozen. Maybe I am still frozen. I don't know what's going on, lads. I might have to, during half time, right, during half time we'll sort this because we're 5 minutes away. Josh is out. That's the problem, lads. Josh is out. Do you know what? I think it's safer than putting me on the stream. We'll have the watch-along opener kind of tick along in the background. As we'll see if that helps. Let's have a look if this helps. Nope, still frozen. Good. Good start, lads. As Schalke come forward and it's cleared behind from a corner. This has gone horrifically bad, lads. I'll be completely honest with you. Are you alive? I am alive. Somewhere behind the graphics slowly going on. I appreciate everyone that stayed here after that. What has happened here then? Is it the... Take off the watch-along opener. Nope, still frozen. Brilliant. That's always good. As Schalke whipping a corner, I think we've completely forgotten about the game and I'm just frozen on the screen. Yeah, I am. I'm absolutely effed. Call Josh, just frozen, but we can hear you. Don't know why I never knew this, but my tablet screen's split in half with Kieran on the left and on the right. I'm doing a goose, so I feel so stupid. It's alright. I know I'm still frozen, lads. I'm just trying to figure out what to do. And I'm not very good with technology to begin with, lads, I'll be honest with you. Where's the camera plug into? What's happening? As I try and figure out what to do here. I'm trying to figure out. Enjoy the watch-along opener. KL doing an Elsa impression. An Elsa impression? I didn't let it go. Oh my god, what's going on? I'm doing a John Cena impression because you can't see me. That's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know what's happening, lads. Oh dear. Why am I frozen? I don't want to end the stream and start the stream again, but I might have to do that at half time. That might be the one way we can fix this because if we just... what's happening? Let's turn the webcam off. Turn the watch... Right, look, there's a black screen, which is good. And then if we go off the black screen... This is now like you're literally watching a technology session. As we take off the watch-along... Take it off. Where's the watch-along opener? I can't see it. I'm still frozen. It is just a really... Right, there you go, lads. We can just enjoy this. Oh, you're frozen. Oh, for God's sake, I get it. I get it. I completely get it. Any guys who can help there? I can have a look at half time, but Schalke coming forward as Benito Rahman does a really... I've missed half this game because I'm literally just sat here trying to figure out what to do. As what I'm going to do, lads, is I'll probably end the stream at half time and pop back up. And yes, Kyle, it's okay, let it go. But guess what, Kyle? It's a good job you're making me all laugh. There you go. That's the one for you. You can take that one home if you want, Kyle. How about get Rowan in and you get off and come back in? Rowan's not here. I don't know where everyone is. I heard the door go earlier. I think they went to Tesco's or something. But what's going to happen, lads, is at half time, I'm going to turn the stream off. I'm going to end it. And then I'm going to make a surprise return. Hopefully. Reese, I've broken it. Reese, I'm still here. I've just broken it, mate. I've had an absolute mare. Because if you want to see me, you can do. But unfortunately, you'd be looking at that. All game. That is what you'd see all game long. So I think it's probably safe to yeah, KL's having a bit. Thanks, guys. Thanks, yeah. Pile on with the absolute embarrassment that is this stream so far. As we're ticking down. There's 10 seconds to go of the half. And I can hear Josh is returning, which hopefully means Josh will help me at half-time. As Thuram skips past a Shipka, and it's cleared for a corner. I'm just going to quickly go on... We've got the added time, lads. I'm just going to quickly contact Josh. I'll be back in a second. We're back, lads. However, this is the confusion I'm explaining to Josh. I'm frozen. It's just me. I said we could end the stream and maybe start again.
Let me have a look. Let's see what's going on.
If you want to, the chat is look, that's me.
Give us 2 seconds. There we go. Hey! I think it should be up. Yes. There we go. Honestly.
We're back.
Technical genius.
We're back. Yes.
There we go. If it comes up again,
honestly, lads, this is limbs, lads. This is absolutely... Josh has come to save us. Let me know if you can see me. Please tell me you can. As I'm just checking the stream, I'm at... Yay! We're back. We're back, lads. Honestly, it was better when it was just the thumbnail, I know. But unfortunately, I am back. Let me have a look what's going on here. 1 minute of stoppage time for KL to come back in. Thanks, Reese. That was, I know, it was one of my best still images yet, to be honest with you. I could have been frozen with a lot worse, and I actually admit that, because there's been some times on these streams where someone is frozen. It's just it's not a good face at the time. And Rowan, he needs help, he's frozen. It's fine, we're back. Josh came back, and we're fine. Gladbach winning KL, lost control of the stream. You couldn't write that. Oh, imagine if Schalke were winning. There wouldn't be a stream if Schalke were winning. That's what would go. And Josh, come get you. I tell you what, Josh is an absolute beauty for that. Gladbach is going to be the death of KL. Well, at least the death of this video. What do you mean? It was... Do you know what, lads? I just wanted a break for 5 minutes. And honestly, you just... How do I recap the half of football when half of it was spent with me staring at the screen? You're good, thank you, Reese. And we're back. Good job, Josh. You beauty. Josh the philo technician for man of the match. You're not wrong. It feels like there's a last-minute winner and Josh has snuck in at the back post and headed it home in the 95th minute. That is what the limbs we were dealing with just then. But luckily, we didn't have to restart the stream, which was my fear to begin with. But no. Well, lads, it's half-time. And a completely smooth running half there from both the football and the stream. We started with grainy audio and we moved to frozen cameras. We have really... I feel like we've been put through the ringer, but I'm glad you've all been here with me to experience it. And in terms of the football, not a great game. Unfortunately, Alan's 4 goals will have to come in the second half. It was really the goal from Gladbach I thought was going to kick it off with Stindl 15 minutes in, lashing into the top corner from a really bit of shoddy defending from William as Thuram bypassed him, squared it across the box, 2 ricochets, and that's it. And as Tubbs put, half-time recap, Stindl scores, and my video froze. You forgot the grainy audio, Tubbs. There's more to it than that. What would you all do without Josh? Kyle, I'll be honest with you, lad. I don't think we'd be here. I'll be completely honest with you. Well, I would be here, just frozen. And with bad audio, which would have been a double whammy. So that's what would have happened. He is an absolute legend for helping us out. And you guys are legends for sticking through what was an amazing technical glitch, which, just really enhanced the stream. But that's my halftime recap. Gladbach, much the better side. Schalke, on the flurries forward, haven't actually looked too bad. They just really, really don't have any sort of clinical striker to hope on. But when they're on the ball, Rahman and Hoppy look tricky. But in terms of troubling Sommer, there was one opportunity where it was lashed straight at him. But besides that, not much from the team that sit rock bottom of German football. And you can kind of understand why they sit rock bottom of German football as the two teams on worst form clashing. This, hopefully, we'll see how the second half goes, but could be the result that propels Gladbach. Fingers crossed. And I'm sorry, Jojo, I missed your comment because I was having an absolute mare. You put, I watch Sportschau now. Bundesliga and Bundesliga 2 highlights from today. Is that a channel or is that like the German version of Match of the Day? Because obviously I wish we had that over here because, to be honest with you, not enough coverage of the old German leagues over here. As Tubb says, yeah, forgot about the audit. Come on. We've had more bad times than just the frozen camera. But thank you everyone who's stuck with us throughout this. Stuck with me because Josh helped me out. But what does it mean in terms of the stats? In the first half, Schalke, 1 shot, 1 on target, and 2 shots for Gladbach, 3 off target. Kyle's put the link in the chat, and Kyle, you're going to be the catalyst for me that is going to put up the social media links. This is YouTube. This is the Sports Corner that you're watching now. Trust me, it's not this bad usually. I promise. I've done 2 of these before, and they've gone okay. It's just I'm having a mare today. And also, we've got Twitter at the _top corner. That's where you can find out when we're going live and when new articles are up on the website. And that website is thesports-corner.com. There's new articles every single day about kind of anything you want in European football. There will be some Team of the Week predictions coming soon. We've had like Bundesliga Team of the Season, I think League Young Team of the Season. We've had stories on the Europa League and the Champions League and what the draws meant for each team. And if you want to check us out on Instagram, it is the _sports corner _ for all the social media links. And as always, in the chat, Kyle doing the absolute legendary work, putting the links in the chat. Thank you very much, Kyle, for that. But also, let's talk about what is coming up on the channel. It is Sociedad v Barcelona and Lyon PSG tomorrow with me and Josh at 7:50 p.m. The A-League is back on the 24th of March at 8 a.m. It is live reactions with Rowan in 4 days' time. Then A-Leagues again. This time it's with Josh. It's Perth Glory v Sydney FC. And then it's the UCL Sim Tournament live with Josh on the 25th of March with 7 p.m. for the live draw of the round of 32. And you're asking, what is the Champions League draw? Well, it's a UCL FIFA Sim Tournament taken between the 26th and 29th of March over the international break. There is now only 2 spaces left, and there is a gift card prize for 1st, 2nd and 3rd. So you could come in the top 3 of the UCL and still pick up some cash / gift card. I'm not sure. All you need to do is put your name in the chat and you can be part of the UCL tournament. It doesn't matter if you don't have an Xbox. It doesn't matter if you don't have a PlayStation. All you need to do is let us know in the chat that you want to be part of that tournament. So if you're new, I think Jojo might be new. If you want to be in the tournament, let us know in the chat. Alan, if you're still here, let us know in the chat if you want to be part of a UCL Sim tournament with a chance to win some cash. Because who doesn't like some gift card or cash? But that is coming up. Draw is on the 25th, so only 5 days left to enter that tournament. Which, to be honest, no matter who you get, I saw there was some slander in the Watchalongs the other day. Someone was going to take Istanbul to glory. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Kyle or Tubbs. One of you was taking Istanbul Başakşehir to glory. Just not sure which one it was. As if Josh is a technical genius group, what are you, KL, KD, Rowan, Will, and the rest? Oh, good question, Tubbs. Good question. The rest. That's what we are. Just the rest. There you go. There you go. That's all I'm going to stick with. We're just the rest. Ireland 29, England 11. Kieran. Ireland down to 14 men. Did someone get sent off in the rugby? I presume. I'm not a big rugby guy, but has someone been sin-binned? And Tubbs has put woo. I've really undersold that. Woo! No, voice break. Right, gonna leave it. A lot of A-League now, lovely. Yeah, because the international break is coming up basically after this game week, after all the FA Cup fixtures and stuff like that. A-League's still going on. League 1, League 2 are still going on. But in terms of big European leagues, there's just not much going on in terms of it. So lots of A-League watch-alongs, lots of early mornings for the lads. And coming soon, when it returns, is the MLS. And that'll be with me, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And it won't be this bad. I can promise you now. Don't take what you've said today as gospel. It's usually a lot better. Reports saying Nathan Collins is a Manchester United transfer target. I think they would be a good buy as he looks like a good prospect. To be fair, Man United have looked at a few good prospects in the past. Like Amad Diallo looks like a really good prospect. It looks like he can bring something to the team. But I think the problem is you might have to look to go the Man City route and buy some really big name players to try and help you compete. As much as the prospects are good, sometimes when you're battling with the likes of Man City and Liverpool, I think you're going to need some quality alongside it. But definitely as a buy to grow and build, probably a good purchase for Manchester United. And Tubb says, by the way, if I win, I'm giving my prize money to Josh, my Filipino brethren. He'll be happy to see that. He's going to be willing you to win the tournament later on as 32-11 in the Six Nations. So Ireland, even with 14 men, are still beating England, which means they must reflect the English national team. As effing international break, worst time of the season. For me, it's the start of the season where it's the first game of the season, you're really excited, and then 3 games in international break, I just can't get excited. I want to be excited for the start of the season, and before I know it, I'm having to sit through England San Marino, which is not what I want to be seeing. It is the worst. Apart from when a big tournament comes along, because the Euros coverage, we're bringing the Euros coverage. I'll just leave it at that for now because nothing's been confirmed, but we're bringing the Euros coverage. As some just put, wait, has the draw been done already? No. The draw has not been done already. But Kyle did officially say, I think Josh was saying, the teams you might not want to be, your Fenerbahce, your Istanbul Başakşehir. Kyle took offence to this and said that he could lead Istanbul Başakşehir to glory, which I know all 32 teams are being drawn randomly, but I need Kyle as Istanbul Başakşehir manager. It's something I never knew I needed until he mentioned that he could take them to glory, and now I believe it's a must-need in the Champions League draw. Unfortunately, it's not like real life. We can't heat any of the balls up to try and see which draws we want and stuff like that. As Tubbs puts, especially the friendlies. Yeah, the friendlies are bloody awful to watch. There's been some good games in the past in the Nations League, and I say some in capital letters. Some games have been good, but as we probably close to getting back underway in this, we were just on the break from the halftime highlights. Let's go through what teams could do in this game and what players they could bring on to change the game. For the home team, for Schalke, Benjamin Stambouli is on the bench. Their attacking subs, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar. You've got Amin Harit, who could come on and be an attacking threat. Schopf, the winger, could bring something. The one man who Josh is very happy to see will be Klaas-Jan Huntelaar. But Ashipka is no longer on the bench. He has already been subbed on for William. So William got subbed off within 20 minutes. And so Ashipka is already on that. Schalke's one of 5 substitutes already used. The bench then consists of Langer, Merkan, Aydin and Bozdogan to possibly change the game for Schalke. If you're looking at them, I think Harry is the next big man to change the game. And if you want to bring on an experienced striker, bring on Huntelaar. Make Josh's day, and if he equalises, then I just don't know what I'm going to do, lads, to be honest with you. As we take a look at the away team and the bench they have, Patrick Herrmann, Dennis Zakaria, Hannes Wolf, Louis Bayer, Oscar Wendt, Valentin Lazaro, Tobias Sippel, Tony Janske and Briel, Donald Mbolo. If you're Gladbach, you're looking at the bench, there's a few big names on there. Zakaria is a good option in the midfield. Lazaro, as long as he's playing as a right winger, could offer you something. And Briel, Donald Mbolo against his former team, Schalke. That's the attacking substitutes. In midfield, you've got Herrmann and Hannes Wolf, who could possibly be, Wolf more of an attacking midfielder with Herrmann as a winger. And then defensively, you've got big Tony Janske, Oscar Wendt and Louis Bayer, who could possibly, if they're trying to hold on to the game in the final couple of minutes, maybe bring on a defensive substitute like that. But definitely a stronger bench from Gladbach than it is Schalke on this occasion, as we should be close to the thing here, as I've just popped up Schalke's team again. Not sure why I've done that, but there you go. Add that to the list of bloody faults that we've had so far. But what does it mean for the table? That's the important thing in the Bundesliga at the moment. Bayern Munich do sit top after they won with 10 men earlier today. They're unstoppable, but Leipzig they did all they could do. They beat Armenia on the Friday Night Football. Wolfsburg also picking up a victory, puts them in third. And Eintracht Frankfurt, again, also picking up a victory. They sit fourth. They beat Union, and Union are a good side. Dortmund remain in fifth after a kind of a disappointing draw with Cologne, as Leverkusen sits sixth, Union seventh, Stuttgart eighth, and Gladbach will they remain ninth? I think with a victory they might go a little bit higher than ninth, but that's how the table looks at the moment. As I'm just going to quickly come back to the chat, as no, I'm just bantering Josh, and he was belittling Istanbul. You never do that. Disrespectful. No. Nobody disrespects Istanbul. As Tubbs says, oh well, I'm winning the league with Midtjylland, bitches. So that's Tubbs that says he wants to win with Midtjylland. Midtjylland was in the UCL, right? Yes. Yes, he says unconfidently. I think they were. I think Midtjylland were in the UCL. With it, I think they were in Sevilla or Dortmund's group. I'm not sure which. Oh, they were in the same group as Loserpool. Sorry, Tubbs. There you go. You proved me wrong before I'd even finished. So it was Liverpool, Atalanta, Midtjylland, and someone else. Can't remember who the other one was. But whichever team ended up going into the Europa League, because it wasn't Midtjylland. So whichever team ended up going into there. As the players are now out for the second half of football, I don't think there'll be any changes from either manager. As we say, Schalke have already made one change in this game with a Schipke coming on for William. By the way, someone connected me on Neuhaus this week, or last week, sorry. And I want to know if I'm saying a Schipke correctly, but I'm just going to presume I am for now. As yeah, no changes from Gladbach's point of view, and I don't think they needed to make any, so that makes complete sense. And as for Schalke, there was a zoom in on Huntelaar on the bench, but he's not stripped and ready to come on just yet. But maybe that's the first move that Schalke make in this second half to try and turn this result around as we're underway for the second half. Ajax? I thought Ajax were in Chelsea's group. Were Ajax not in Chelsea's group? I thought it was Chelsea, Sevilla and Ajax. Or was Ajax in Liverpool's group? Maybe they were in Liverpool's group, actually. Oh, Tubbs, you've got me on the spot. I don't know. I do not know which group it is. But we've been sat here waiting for kickoff, and I'll tell you what, they've been around the semicircle for quite a long time at this point. And the ref, is he going to blow the whistle? No, he's not. He's just going to stand there and tap his watch for now. And now we are underway for the second half, as Schalke have actually jump-started, and now we'll get underway for the second half, as there's a long ball up to, I think that was Marcus Thuram to begin this second half. So much of the same expected, I think, from Borussia Mönchengladbach's point of view. Much the same in this second half. They'll hope to be able to kind of see the game out from Schalke, who didn't offer too much in this first half, but in the second, if they can maybe make some subs, they can turn this one around. But we'll have to see how they progress, as they get an early throw-in deep in their own territory, but we'll see where they can move up thinking. And Schalke are an interesting proposition at the moment, because there's a few talented players in there, but it also depends how many of them they can keep hold of if they drop down to Bundesliga 2, which does at this point look ever so slightly inevitable, unfortunately. As a nice quick start to this second half as Schalke try and get the foot on the ball, try and build from the back through the thirds. And right, okay, so it was Liverpool, Atalanta, Ajax and Midtjylland, with Liverpool and Atalanta going through. Right, no worries. And who was in Chelsea's? It was Chelsea, Sevilla, and who else? Chelsea and Sevilla. They're the two I remember from that group. I'm actually going to have a look now. Chelsea, Sevilla, who was in it? Champions League. But Schalke got to try and change the flow of the game, because to be honest with you, they were not good enough in that first half. Even when they went forward, they didn't really trouble Jan Sommer. But with the form that Gladbach are on at the moment, if they can maybe put that defence under a little bit of pressure, they might be able to cause a little bit of an upset. As I'm looking at the Chelsea, Krasnodar and Rennes. And Chelsea had Sevilla, Krasnodar, Rennes, with Chelsea, Sevilla going through and Rennes going to Europe. But that makes more sense. Yeah, Chelsea, Rennes. Oh yeah, because I remember Rennes really disappointing in the Champions League this year, and I think in Ligue 1 they're even very similar. KL, do you want out from 4 seasons? Oh wow. Well, now this is an option. Give me 2 minutes as Marcus Thuram breaks down the left wing as he cuts inside. KL does want something from 4 seasons, but he's going to talk about the football first. As it gets drilled in towards the back post, it's a rubbish ball into the box, and I need to look at the menu, but someone post me a 4 seasons menu, please. As Chelsea, Sevilla, Rennes didn't go to Europa. No, Krasnodar must have gone to Europa at that point. So I'm just trying to now Google. I've been offered food, lads, during the football, and you thought this couldn't get any more like weird of a stream? I'm ordering food. I'm ordering food. So it's a quick corner taken as Christoph Kremer drills it into the box. The header goes over the bar. Sorry, and I'm just gonna get up the menu for 4 seasons. To be fair, within the first 5 minutes, there's not much going on in this fixture, to be honest with you. As I'm just going to look, I think I can come in if you want and give you the phone. It's okay, I've got my phone here and I'll tell you in a minute. As it's drilled down the wing, Alvedi comes across and manages to crowd out Suat Serdar. And I don't know if... Here we go, Rowan, I'll tell you. I want a meat feast pizza and a tray of doner meat or a doner meat and chips, whichever one they do. Thank you very much. That'll be my order for tonight's fit. And if anyone in the chat wants anything, let Rowan know and he can get it posted to you. As Jan Sommer's long clearance doesn't really reach midfield. It gets cleared forward. And it'll eventually come to the Schalke players. As Schalke, to be fair, starting this second half with a bit of attacking intent. There's an overlap on the right. The ball's into the box. And Jan Sommer does make a good catch and he releases it quickly. So we'll see if Gladbach can hit Schalke on the counter. But there's only 2 men forward, really. It's Plier and Hoffman. The only 2 back. And I think Hoffman's going to have to come backwards at this point. And he will. As Linus spins his man into Hoffman. The counter-attack has slowed down massively after that, and Carl says, "Yeah, you need some good takeout after the experience you had earlier, Kieran." Thanks, mate. To be honest, mate, you'll wish, imagine if I was taking a big slice of pizza and it froze. That's a hell of an image for you. There you go. I'm taking a big bite out of a pepperoni, and you would have had to see that frozen for a good 5-10 minutes. That would have actually added a bit more. Would have been nicer. But thanks, Kyle. I appreciate it. It's been a traumatic experience for me today, to be honest with you. As Tubb says, "Rah, thank you guys. Now I'm hungry." Kyle, Tubb, sorry, come get something, mate. Come have something. What would you have from a takeaway, Tubbs? What's your takeaway? Because I know people like a Chinese, but I'm actually more of just a basic guy. I like a pizza. I like a doner kebab. I'm not really up on my Chinese unless it's salt and pepper chicken, and then that's tasty. As now I'm good. We'll be cooking some for later, but still appreciate the offer, of course, Kyle. But now, what are you cooking later? Anything nice? You having a steak, some chicken? As Tubbs puts blah 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 Rowan. Fair enough. As Rowan puts cheers, pal. I feel like Tubbs is trying to rattle Rowan even when he's in the chat and not on stream, which I appreciate the effort to go through rattling someone through someone else's chat. And you can't get anything at 2:30 AM here. Oh yeah. Oh Tubbs, I forget. I'm sorry, I forget. You're not thingy. Oh, you say that. What size? Oh, what sizes do they offer? Let us know the sizes they offer, because if it's like 11-inch, 12-inch, 10-inch, I'll have to have a think about it. Chinese or Indian, top of the list. Oh, see. Chinese, as long as it's salt and pepper chicken. Indian, not a fan. Can't deal with the spices. I only like a korma. However, I once went to Thailand and asked for the mildest curry they had, and it got me in tears. It made my eyes water. So never getting a curry again from Thailand. I doubt I'm going back, but it's not the point. Unlucky Tubbs, unlucky pal. I'll enjoy my lovely warm hot pizza as Rowan bites back at Tubbs. I can't believe it's 2:30 a.m. And then again, by the way, 2:30 a.m. I remember the other day. I think it was like 3 a.m. and we went down and cooked something. Trust me, it's fine. Medium 11 or medium 11. Medium 11. That's my style. We'll go with a medium 11 from the Meat Feast pizza. Now I'm looking forward to my food, but hopefully I can really enjoy my food with a Gladbach victory as we are about the 52nd minute in the game. Not much has happened in terms of the second half. A few niggly fouls in the midfield between the Schalke and Gladbach players, but nothing of major talking points. And for Alan's 4 goals that he needed in the second half, at the moment he's lacking as Ben Savini gives the ball away. And it is a 3-on-2 for Schalke. If he finds the reverse pass to Rahman, he does. Rahman drills it in. Oh, the man at the back post slips for Schalke. But they are going to recycle the ball. The man at the back was Kolasinac in the end. But that was a big chance for thingy. And Tubbs has put, there is times when I love Rowan. This is not one of those. This is not one of those times. As we enjoy the old. We're going to enjoy some really nice pizza after this, and I cannot bloody wait. But first, we've got to get through the next 37 minutes of action in this game, because if you don't know 4 seasons, you probably don't. They take a while to deliver. But it's worth it when it gets here. As Tubbs puts, oh my god, I've only got yoghurt in the fridge. Now that is a big L, because I've also been in the situation where you want either a snack or something, but there's nothing in the fridge. And if you're left with some yoghurt, unless you're left with some Milky Bar Mousse yoghurts. Now, Milky Bar Mousse is a different breed of yoghurt, Tubbs. I don't know if you've tried it, but it's absolutely unbelievable, and you should definitely get on the Milky Bar Mousses as soon as possible. I said 11, Rowan. I might just shout to you because you're only outside the door, but I'm not going to. As Carl's put, I'm going to try certain brand name chicken burgers. Love their dippers and nuggets, so burger has to be good. Now I'm so hungry. Thanks a lot. It wasn't me that brought the food up. I got offered would I like food, and of course I take food when it is offered. But a certain brand name chicken burgers. Bird's Eye? You don't have to say, because we don't want the promo, but... Oh shit, I've said it. Forget it. Bird's Eye? Question mark? Because I've tried some nuggets, and they are very, very nice. Unless you're going to get like a... Oh no, you're cooking. No, sorry, thanks a lot, Rowan. He started all this. Yeah, exactly. But to be honest with you, nothing's happening in the game. So to be honest with you, it's okay to talk a bit of thingy. Oh, Tubbs has put, F this, I'm cooking something, be back later. Oh, now I'm going to, I'll miss you, Tubbs, but I hope you, whatever you get is pretty nice. And here we go again, talking about Milky Bar Mousse. Different gravy, or different yoghurt, to be more precise. It's absolutely unbelievable. And if you get the Milky Bar dessert, you don't even need to require the like of mousse. You can just have yoghurt itself. Milky Bar desserts. Again, wish it was promoted because I absolutely love them. But we don't get the money for the promo. So, do I actually have some left in the fridge? I think I ate them. But if I do, that's another treat coming my way later. As Tubbs, I hope you're cooking something nice, mate. And I agree. Rowan did start the whole food talk thing. But from the food talk, we've gathered that Chris likes an Indian and a Chinese. I'm more of an Italian, more of an American style, you know, your burgers, your kebabs, which isn't an American style, yes, I know, it's just a takeaway food. But in terms of this game, speaking of tasty things, this game is not one of them. At the moment, it's just a lot of passing around the back. There's again, Ben Sabani's lost the ball, and it breeds a counter for Schalke, which has kind of been the story of this second half. Ben Sabani giving the ball away, and he's free on the right hand side. It's cut into the midfield, and it's so sloppy. Sounds like Presto. That's not copyright, right? Sounds like Presto. Hold up a minute, Kyle, sorry. Sounds like Presto. Do we have it in England? Do we even have it in England? Now, this is the big question, right? It's not copyright, you're fine. As player gets the ball in the middle, takes a strike, it's over the top of the crossbar. I don't think we have this. Unless I'm completely missing something. Unless you're trying to say they're similar to Asda. That sort of thing. Maybe that's what you're trying to... I don't know what's going... Maybe that's what you're going with. I'm not sure. I thought you were talking about Bird's Eye. But no, it's not copyright. Forget it, Kyle. We've gone past the point of it. You know, if this was going to be the most technologically beautiful stream you've ever seen, we failed that within 1 minute. So don't worry. It's completely fine. As Hoffman stands over the corner that they just got from the player opportunity. Hoffman whips it in. Near post. It's going to come out to the edge of the box. It's good footwork from Ben Sabani, who rolls it to his left. Takes the strike. Just past the right-hand bottom corner from the Algerian fullback, who, in all said and done, has had an actual poor second half, but he rolls his man very, very nicely. Think Kale is a massive shot. Come on, you can do it. It begins with T. I said it. I said it. I said it, Kyle. I said it. But now I get it. Yes, I was wondering what you was trying to say. I apologise. I get it. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, mate. I feel like I was willed to the answer there from you, Kyle, and I appreciate it. But I do know what you're talking about. We've got one of the little express shops near us, and it is the most exciting part of my day because you can't go out. So when you do go out and you go into the express, it's just something to do. That's literally what it's become. As a long ball has reached Alassane player, it's being pulled back, but the referee does play the advantage for Gladbach. But they're just going backwards at the moment with this one as Neuhaus picks it up in the middle and gets a touch out of his feet and goes forward nicely. But it's everything slowed down because Schalke are back with 11 men behind the ball as it's a switch to Liner. First time cross is actually decent, to be honest with you, from the Austrian fullback. But there's absolutely nobody in the box for Liner. He should have maybe taken a touch in hindsight. But with 60 minutes played in this one, I'm surprised Schalke haven't looked more to the bench because Huntelaar's on there, Harriet's on there, there's a few decent players on there that they could bring on, but I just don't think that they've got the real depth that they would appreciate as to get them back into this one. But at 1-0, it's a scoreline that Gladbach, to be fair, themselves won't be comfortable in because you want to at least get 2 in a game like this because at any point when Schalke come forward, as they try to do now with a long ball, but I think that'll be calmly collected by Jan Sommer. As the ball is rolled out to the other side with Ben Sabini. It's been a very slow second half. It's yet to really get going, this one, to be honest with you. We had the spell in the first 20 minutes where it was quite an interesting game with the substitution and the goal. But since then, since 15 minutes where Stindl opened the scoring, it's been a very slow burner of a game. As Gladbach have picked it up in the midfield, and it's still 0-0 between Everton and City. So at least it could be worse. At least we've had 1 goal. Is it half time in that one now? Did that kick off at 6, or was that even earlier than 6? Did it kick off at similar time to this game? Maybe. I'm not sure when Everton City kicked off, but 0-0 could mean extra time and penalties, which would be quite tasty. Unfortunately, this is a league fixture, so whatever is done after the 90 minutes, that'll be where it'll finish. As Plea chips it into the box, Ronald comes and clears. He punches it, and it's hit with Kremer from the edge of the box. It would have been a hell of a finish from the German, but it will go out for another corner as his audacious volley from the edge of the box is cleared by the centre-half. I think it's Becker that managed to get a foot on it as he volleyed towards goal. But Ronald there looked like he was trying to dominate his box, but punched it straight into the path of Christoph Kremer. But luckily it was far enough away that it didn't cause any immediate issues to the Schalke defence. 5:15 it kicked off. Thank you, Daz, mate. It kicked off a little bit earlier than this one then. So actually it'll be a bit further in. It'll be about the 75th minute in that one now, would it? Will it not? As it's ball lifted into the box, does absolutely nothing for Gladbach. And Schalke have actually won the first header in the midfield, and they look to go forward as Kolasinac goes past 1, goes past 2. It's good work from the Bosnian fullback / midfielder at this point. And this could be an attack that Schalke build from. But when they go forward, there's not enough men up there because they do sit with 11 men behind the ball because defensively they're a little bit weaker than they used to be. But now they've got the foot on the ball and they're trying to build from the back. And they're doing a decent job of it so far as the ball in the midfield finds Hoppe, whose switcher play is intercepted by Ben Sabini. Oh, 62nd going 63rd. All right, thank you very much. As this one is on the 62nd minute itself, as Stindl picks up the ball in the pocket. Hoffman on the right, drills it towards goal, and Mustafi slides and clears, and it's another corner for Gladbach. And luckily for Mustafi, I was hoping that was going to go in his own net a little bit like last week, but it didn't. As it was nice play by Stindl, found a pocket between midfield and defence, and played it through to Hoffman, whose drilled ball was cleared by the experienced Mustafi. And hopefully, with the 67nd minute going to the 63rd, hopefully Everton can see it out, because I would like to see Everton go through. As and I might even, maybe I'll catch the penalty shootout. You never know if it goes that far. As Hoffman stands over the corner again. It's at the near post. It's in. Liner, the right back, is at the near post to head home. And for as bad as Gladbach have been at set pieces in recent weeks, Stefan Liner, the right back, has got on the score sheet. It's a front post corner by Jonas Hoffman, which is headed powerfully at the near post by Liner, past the goalkeeper. It's 2-0. It should be game over. No one's really marking Liner, and he just heads past Rono, who could do nothing about it. And it's 2-0 to Gladbach. It's one of them. It's a set piece. I didn't think anything would come of it because it's a Gladbach set piece, but it definitely has. And Liner heads home from the near post, and that is a great, great goal, and what a confidence boost for this Gladbach team as Liner, just looking back, a good powerful header at the near post. Nothing Ronald could do really, even though you don't want to be beaten at your near post. There's nothing he could do, it's too powerful. As it looks like Benito Rahman has been replaced. I'm just seeing who he's been replaced for. I would presume Harit or Huntelaar. It's Amin Harit who's come on, the Moroccan attacking midfielder for Benito Rahman. And it's his first action now on the ball as he drives through the midfield. This is much better. Schalke got a few men forward. He dispatches it to the left and it's going to be blocked by Liner again. It is chipped into the box and Elvedi can clear. But much better from Schalke. Harit immediately when he's got his foot on the ball starts driving at the Gladbach defenders, which, I'll be honest, Schalke have not had a player that does that in this game so far. Rahman and Hoppe have had the chances. They've tried, but now Schalke have been dispossessed and it is a 4-on-3. For Gladbach, if they find the switch here, it's Hoffman driving, Pliers out to his right. He goes for the quick cross, and it's really bad from Alassane Plier, and they'll have to recycle it on the left-hand side. And Neuhaus does kind of slow the play down a little bit and let others get involved, because from the quick counter, Plier's ball was just overhit and nothing came of it. As Bernardo Silva has been replaced by Riyad Mahrez. So that is an embarrassment of riches on the bench, isn't it, for Riyad Mahrez to be coming on in a time like this? It's just such an embarrassment of riches from a team such as Man City. It's some of the players that you see on their bench are starting from basically every team in the Premier League, and it doesn't surprise you at all how good that team has been over this season, especially after starting not so great. They've come on leaps and bounds. But unfortunately, these two teams have not come on leaps and bounds in recent weeks. But for now, it is Gladbach that hold a 2-0 lead over Schalke with 25 minutes to go in the game. And Ben Sebaini's long ball is going absolutely nowhere. And if you've got to think for Schalke now, they've got to get a goal soon to have any chance of coming back in this fixture. Schalke, to be honest, most of their play when they've had the ball, they haven't had a lot of the ball tonight, but when they've had it, it's been in their own half. I think the stats came up earlier, and I think Gladbach had something like 67% possession or something like that, so it has definitely been a game dominated by Gladbach and an attempt to counter-attack by Schalke, but it hasn't quite come off so far. But if they could get a goal before the 75th minute, you never know what could happen, because he could still look to his bench as Liner heads it on to Hoffman. And it'll be a throw into Schalke. I thought Gladbach had a throw in high up the field there, but they don't. It is a throw in for Schalke. And they have caught themselves in a bit of danger at some points in this game by trying to play out from the back where they've been dispossessed and left themselves open to counters. Unfortunately, Gladbach are yet to punish one of them. But there's a ball over the top that Suat Serdar was running on to after Ben Sabine misjudged the time of his header. And Jan Sommer, he does really, really well to get his clearance over the top of the Schalke attackers. But they're on the ball now, and it's Harriet. It's a beautiful through ball to Suat Serdar. If he can keep it in, he does. He's going to look for his time for a cross, but he's wasted a little bit too much time. And that's the problem with Schalke. When they go forward in bunches like that, they've got to be more clinical. And it was a beautiful ball by Amin Harriet that threw balls to get the ball through to Suat Serdar. And unfortunately, he messed it up just at the byline. Good coverage by Marcus Thuram, who managed to come back and clear the ball, but it wasn't good for Schalke. And when they go forward, I think that final ball just hasn't been there, even though the intent has been there when they have gone forward in flurries. It's not been an unbelievable attacking performance, but on the odd occasion where they have gone forward, they just need that final ball or that final shot to be a little bit more precise, and I guess that comes when you've not got as much quality as the majority of the teams in the Bundesliga, unfortunately, this year. As Ben Sabine keeping the ball, doing a lot of close possession for Gladbach as they build through the thirds. And it might just be very much similar to this, as they have been dispossessed though high up the field again, Gladbach, which has been a kind of a fixture of this second half. Ben Sabine has been doing most of it, but on that occasion, I think it might have been Neuhaus who got dispossessed high up the field, just by sloppy passes, really. And this is the problem when you're in a game where you're very comfortable, as Gladbach have been for the majority of this game. You can't let a silly mistake, like giving the ball away, be punished. As Neuhaus moves into a channel, he's being tracked by Mustafi. He spun Mustafi well as the German midfielder, but the ball has gone out of play. Even though the ref didn't call it, and now finally he calls it when Schalke are attacking. But again, the ball was out of play there, and I'm not sure how that didn't get called the first time. But Neuhaus on the right-hand side, spinning Mustafi well. Mustafi gets too close, too touch tight to Neuhaus, and then the ball eventually trickles out of play with 20 minutes to go. And it looks more and more like this one's dwindling away from Schalke. And possibly does that mean that safety is also dwindling away from the German side. But they're coming forward here. And again, that final ball is massively overhit from Becker. I think he would have been offside anyway. It might have been Harry. It might have been offside anyway. But still, that final ball is so overhit. And if they had a bit more... if they're a bit more accurate in that final third tonight, they would have troubled Jan Sommer a little bit more than they have so far today. As Marcus Thuram, is on the left-hand side with 1-2s with Ben Sabine. There's an overlapping run by Liner, and I think that might just be a little bit too overhit for him as well. So the last couple of minutes has just been completely inaccurate passes from both teams, which has led to a really, overall quite a sloppy second half in general. But Gladbach won't mind, as they look like they might be ending their form with 2 goals up on a Schalke team with 20 minutes to go, as they almost got caught out again as Ronald was closed down. Ronald's clearance does reach Neuhaus in the midfield as he skips past one. Is he going to open up and take the strike? He does! And Ronald gets down well to his bottom right-hand corner. It was one of them where the ball got passed to Ronald when it was all of his own making as he got pressured and he cleared it to Liner, who passed it to Neuhaus, who opened up from the edge of the box. And it was a good effort, and Ronald, good strong right palm, down to his right, round the post. Good save by the goalkeeper. And Gladbach scored from their last corner. We'll see if they can do anything from this one after Liner slotted in at the near post. Will we get a similar run from the Austrian again? He is at the near post area. Hoffman drills it though, and it's a very poor corner from Jonas Hoffman, I've got to admit. It's an absolutely terrible corner actually. But the ball is lofted back towards the box of Schalke, and it's fell to Alassane Plea. His cross into the box is headed by Elvedi. What a save! It's in! It's over the line! Ronald's dropped it. It's Nico Elvedi. I thought it was an absolute incredible acrobatic save by the goalkeeper, but he spilled it into his own net and it's becoming a row. It's 3-0 to Gladbach and it's Nico Elvedi, the centre-half. And I tell you what, Ronald did incredibly well to leap up and save it. He went to catch it, dropped it as it fell towards the ground, and it just trickled over his goal line. And it's really unfortunate because his original save was very impressive from the goalkeeper. But then the rebound off his own hand trickles over the line. And it's really unfortunate from the Schalke goalkeeper. And this is game over now. Such a good save from Ronald as well to begin it. I think he goes to catch it instead of just parrying it away. And Alan's chance for 4 is back on. I said Alan, second half. I may have said it jokingly, but still, it's 3-0 to Mönchengladbach. And Ronald, unfortunately there, made a good save from the original to earn Gladbach the original corner. And then, from a header from Nico Elvedi from a recycled ball, yes, it does, Tubbs. The score has changed. It's 3-0 since you've gone. It was a goal from Liner, a front post header from the right back, and then Nico Elvedi on the score sheet again, the centre half. A great powerful header from the middle of the box. Ronald leaps to save it. Looks like he's going to catch it. Drops it as it's falling to the ground. Hits his own arm and goes over the line. And that is exactly what Gladbach will want. And unfortunately for Schalke, mistakes like that are going to cost them. We had the Mustafi own goal last week, and unfortunately we're going to have a Rono. I mean, it was on target, so technically it might not get given as a Rono own goal. I think it should though, because it was basically a save from the Danish goalkeeper. Beautiful ball in by Alassane Plea. Nico Elvedi does well to get so much power on it, and as it's going towards the top corner, all Rono has to do is parry it away. He goes to catch it, and he drops it as he's going to the ground, and it's over the goal line. And it's 3-0 to Gladbach. And who do you think will win, Kieran? Fury or AJ? I'm going to go with Fury. I like the Gypsy King. I'm not a big boxing guy myself, but I do like the Gypsy King. He's got a lot of charisma, and he's probably one of the best boxers on the planet. I think he got robbed in the first draw with Wilder, and then kind of put him in his place the next time around. So yeah, I think Fury, in my opinion, will be probably the one to knock off Anthony Joshua. Let me know what you think, Daz, in the chat, who you think he'll be. I don't know when the fight is. But Tubbs has said, oh my God, Rono absolutely spilled it. He did. He absolutely spilled it. As I think that's Huntelaar getting ready. I think Huntelaar is on the sideline, ready to come on. Carl says, to be honest with you, I didn't see the scoreline. Yeah, it got a little bit out of hand. It's 3-0 to 3-0 to Gladbach, and yeah, Rono did spill it, unfortunately. It was one of them where he makes a good original save, maybe tries to overcomplicate it so slightly, and Plea drills the ball across the box. Thuram! What a save by Rono! It's right at him, but he does well to get his hand up. I think he might have hit his face in the end, but Plea dispossessed the fullback, drilled it into the box, and then Marcus Thuram, masterclass, prodded it towards goal, and it's a great save from Ronald, the goalkeeper, as it's on. Huntelaar is taking the field, and Hoppy is coming off, and the legend that is Klaas-Jan Huntelaar is coming onto the pitch. That should have been 4, and that is Thuram's last involvement in the game. He prodded it towards goal. Good save by Rono. It was straight at him, but really good reflexes by the goalkeeper. And he's going to be replaced by Valentin Lazaro. And what the hell has happened to Schalke? Yeah, in this second half, they've capitulated. I think the second goal was the killer. The line and near post header from a corner was the real one that killed them. And then from that moment, they looked diminished in this game, and kind of to be expected after, the form they're on, the confidence at an all-time low. I think this is game over for Schalke, maybe season over as well, which is a massive shame for Schalke. But you never know. Huntelaar's on the pitch. You never know. As Hoffman switcher player finds Lazaro. His first introduction to the pitch. He's going to go out on the left wing to replace Marcus Thuram. Probably should have been on the score sheet there, and it would have been the 4th goal for Alan's bet, but unfortunately didn't quite connect properly, and it was a good save by the goalkeeper. I'd like to see a replay actually to see if the goalkeeper saved it with his face, but we're just seeing it now as the Schalke defender tried to keep it in play, and Plea dispossessed him, drilled it across the box to his French compatriot, and it was flicked, and no, it did. It was a good save by Ronald. A good reflex save. And I'm not sure if, to be honest with you, Thuram tried to go for some fancy flick. I'm not quite sure. If he did, I'm not sure why he overcomplicated it. And Daz thinks Joshua will win. Fair enough, to be fair. I think he's got the more power out of the two. But I think it's more of a case of Fury, likes to touch him up and beat him down and maybe wins on points. But if he wins by knockout, quite impressive by either fighter. As now Gladbach more than happy to just waste time, which is not good because we want Alan's bet to come in. As Lazaro, I thought he was going to whip it into the box. He had a change of hearts in the end from thingy. But Plea on the edge of the box, Ricochet finds him. He's through on goal, and it's good strength by Tior, the centre half. Good strength by him to shield the ball away from Plea and not make it 4. But it was nice intricate play on the edge of the box by Plea and Stindl. A nice 1-2 via a Ricochet. But Tior, really good defending from the youngster. Not a great showing defensively for Schalke tonight, but, the young players getting some experience alongside Shkodran Mustafi himself, as neither of them had the greatest games, but it's one of them. You've got to take positive. At least the youngsters are getting some level of game time, as Huntelaar's first involvement is to give away a free kick, which Josh will not be happy about. Unfortunately for Schalke. But it's a free kick, and it was on Nico Elvedi who made contact with Huntelaar there from I think it was just a long ball from a kick from a goal kick. And again, as I say, Gladbach going long. Liner's looking to get on the end of it. It's going to be covered by Becker, and Becker will try and earn his team. Can only earn his team. Only in Gladbach, a throw-in, as KDB comes on for Sterling in the Everton game. Presume that one's still 0-0 with about 10 minutes to go, which should set up a very interesting either extra time if it gets there or if someone gets a late winner. As Alan says, he does feel bad for Schalke. Will you still feel bad if one of them gets a 4th, though? I don't know, as Lazaro is on the left-hand side, though. He's looking for an overlap, cuts inside himself, and Tior's there to clear it. But I do feel bad for Schalke too. It's a shame to see what's happened to a prestigious club that was in Europe for many a season, had some absolute legends in the past, but unfortunately, I think it's just, bad ownership, some poor management, poor hiring, poor purchases, poor sales, kind of a concoction of everything really for Schalke at the moment. And Alan says, no, if a 4th goes in, there's no sympathy for Schalke. But we are 10 minutes left in the game. For either, is it 4 games in total, 4 goals in total, or 4 for Gladbach specifically? Because Gladbach, a nice round the corner ball by Hoffman, and Plea's on the right. Is he going to try and find a man? He does, and it's very poor. But the ricochet comes to Stindl, and it's going to be cleared by Tior and Becker, a combination of the two, managing to get the ball away. I thought, again, we had a 4th opportunity there, as it's 0-0 with 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Interesting. Could make for an interesting end to that game, as Hannes Wolf gets stripped and ready on the sidelines to come on for a 10-minute cameo in this one. Schalke now building from their own half, but it's interesting to see who Marco Rosa takes off for Hannes Wolf. I presume it'd be Stindl, but or Hoffman, but maybe Plea. Keep your big boys fit for. Then again, it's international break, so maybe it doesn't actually matter. 4 in total. All right, we can cheer on Schalke then. We can cheer on Schalke for the final minutes. I won't, but you can. But with 9 minutes to go, I think why not? Let's get another one. And if I went 3-0 Schalke or Gladbach, I'd either have been hounded or not believe. No, that's not true. I would have believed it today. Because Gladbach are better than Schalke. I believe that. But Kyle, you might have jinxed it. I know what you like. You know, some of your predictions in the past, you know, everything you go for, the opposite happens. So I'm glad you didn't. Well, if you'd have gone 3-0 Schalke, I'd have hounded you. Because then I would have just been offended. But yeah, you're not wrong. As I flick round the corner from Suet Salah goes, and Mbolo's getting ready to face his former club as well. So there will be a double change for Gladbach to finish the match. It's going to be Hannes Wolf, who will be coming on for Lars Stindl, and Briel Donald Mbolo will also be coming on. And I'm pretty sure maybe Alassane Player might be the final change for... well, not the final change, because you got 5 in the Bundesliga. Third change for Gladbach. As Briel Donald Mbolo's coming on for Jonas Hoffmann. There you go. So Alassane Player will stay on. Hoffmann off. Stindl off. Wolf and Mbolo, the 2 players that are coming on for this fixture. And I tell you what, it's not been bad. We've had 2 losses in a row live on stream, and it's finally nice to sit back and watch a nice, comfortable 3-0 for the boys. As hopefully we can get 4 though, just to help Alan out. Ben Sabine is on the left hand side, and he's managed to get the ball through to Lazaro. So all changes across the front 3 really actually for Gladbach, and even the front 4 if you include the attacking midfielder Stindl being replaced. And it's just the game has dropped its pace now, because Gladbach happy to keep their foot on the ball as long as Schalke aren't getting it, you know, just see out a really comfortable victory. And whereas Schalke, they just can't get the ball back, but they've won it back here and lost it immediately. But you know, it's just a struggle for them to keep their foot on the ball. As Christoph Kremer manages to do some nice close control in the middle. Big fan of Christoph Kremer. Glad he's back from injury, straight in the starting 11. Linus switch goes to Lazaro. Really nice touch from Lazaro, and he plays it to Mbolo on the edge of the box, who skips past one, takes a strike, and that was not as close as I presumed. That was not close at all. And both matches are on BBC One tomorrow. Is that Man United Leicester, and I'm not sure what the other one is. And 1-0 City Gundogan. Bloody hell, can't even have that fun, can we? God's sake, they have to bore. Oh, so boring. 1-0 to City though. Looks like the talks of the quadruple is still on for Man City, as Gundogan, who's been on red hot form in recent weeks, especially since I think the first De Bruyne injury. Gundogan really picked up the mantle for the Manchester team, and he's been absolutely untouchable ever since. So it looks like City will be going through in the cup after knocking off Everton. And yeah, Tubbs has come in with an expletive that I won't say, or we just call it Fiki, and that's Fiki Gundogan, who has managed to get the goal. Yeah, not great. Sorry, Tubbs, mate. Sorry, Tubbs. I was just hoping that when this game finished, I could go watch some extra time or some penalties. Something a little bit fun. But no, apparently not. As, again, just passing it around the back here, as Carl says, I know, Daz, normally the BBC would show one on a different day, but 2 in a row is great. And João Virginia was having a really good shift, was he? I was going to say, a good show out for the youngster, though. Because obviously I think Robin Olsen's only on loan from Roma. So if he can, you know, tie down that second goalkeeping spot in Everton's team, that's a hell of a victory for that young man. As Silky Ilke strikes again, he does. I was talking the other day, and I'm interested to see if Silky Ilke, if he scores against Dortmund in the Bundesliga, does Silky Ilke celebrate? FC Kaiserslautern. Of course! How did I not get that? Another team that is in the Bundesliga. We've had a lot of Bundesliga 2 references today. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, screw it. A lot of Bundesliga 2 references. FC Kaiserslautern get a shout out. And yeah, it's Chelsea v Sheffield. Okay, Chelsea v Sheffield United. Forgot that one's even happening, to be honest. Yeah, I forgot Chelsea v Sheffield United was the final quarter-final. I've not kept up with the FA Cup, to be honest with you, this year. It's once my team went out very early on, I've just not kept up with it at all. I know Oldham did well. Rotherham did a really good shift against Everton. But besides that, That's all I've really kept up. And Man United, of course. Man United's still in it. With 3 minutes to go. I can't imagine there'll be too much added time, but 3 minutes maybe? Something along them lines. As there just seem to be another 2 substitutions getting ready for Gladbach. So they will use all 5 of their permitted substitutes in this one. As Lazaro's got a little bit of space on the left if Ben Sabani finds him. He's not going to, he's going to cut back. As they switch it to Liner. And Javadin is the FC's second keeper. He was injured when the January window opened. Oh, I mean, I was going to say, because I wondered if Robin Olsen, because when Robin Olsen's come in, has impressed. I've got to admit, he's been decent. But okay, João Virginia was injured, so that's why they got Olsen. Right, okay. I thought it was Olsen, probably, I thought they were getting Olsen to maybe pressure Pickford a little bit. You know, because, let's be fair, Robin Olsen is a Swedish international. Give Pickford a run for his money whenever he makes maybe some stupid mistakes or stuff like that. But, to be fair, makes sense if they needed to pick up, I think. Because João Virginia, good young player. I think he's been on loan a couple of times, maybe. But if you can tie down that second keeper spot, that's decent. As Neuhaus makes a really nice run into the midfield. Player, back to Neuhaus, back to Mbolo. What a lovely goal, but it's offside. That is a massive shame, because that was some lovely, intricate football round, in and around the area, and it'll be Louis Bayer and Zakaria coming on. But some lovely football in and around the area, but I do think that Neuhaus had run offside. As Liner is replaced by Bayer, and it will be Dennis Zakaria coming onto the field for Florian Neuhaus, who that possible assist was his final impact one of the day. But it was a very nice goal, had it been allowed. So unfortunately, Alan, it was in the back of the net, but it was disallowed, and I think rightly so. I think Neuhaus had just strayed offside when he was trying to return the 1-2. Yeah, definitely rightly given as offside. And unfortunately, with a minute to go, and I'm just seeing what was happening there, and it was been given as a free kick for Gladbach. Yeah, unfortunately, with a minute to go, Gladbach did not get their 4th of the game. But they are kind of coming forward here. It'll be interesting to see if they do want to try and get that final goal. You never know, goal difference may come into effect later in the season. But we'll have to see what they can do here, and they are going backwards. I'll see how much added time is given by the referee. With 30 seconds to go, it looks like a very comfortable night for Gladbach, which I'll be honest, I've not said that for a while. So it's good to have that eventually in this game. And from the grainy mic and the frozen picture of me, we've come a long way tonight, and it looks to be a comfortable performance for Gladbach in this one. And they're just showing close-ups of Liner, whose beautiful near-post header kind of put all nerves to bed. As City have made it 2 and it's game over. They kind of stat padding now, to be honest with you. KDB off the bench scores. And there's no added time. The referee blows the whistle. It's 3-0 Gladbach. The game is ended. So it began with Stindl after 15 minutes lashing home a rebound that came from Marcus Thuram. The ball could have gone out of play, but replay show a little bit of the ball was still on the line. Schalke managed to keep it tight up until the half-time whistle, and then after half-time, Liner's near-post header and Friedrich Ronno's own goal kind of sealed the deal for Schalke. To be honest, did Schalke deserve the point? No, not at all. I think it was definitely all Gladbach in this game. But for the two teams on the worst form in the Bundesliga, Gladbach are back to winning ways. And unfortunately, Schalke remain bottom of the division. But that will be it from us. That'll be it from me. But let's have a look what's coming up on the channel. Tomorrow it is Barcelona Sociedad and Lyon PSG at 7:50 with me and Josh. And then on the 24th, it is Melbourne Victory v Wellington Phoenix with Rowan live at 8 a.m. for the A-League. A-League action continues with Perth Glory v Sydney FC, 10:15 on the 24th. That'll be with Josh. So just after that, it'll be Perth Glory v Sydney. And then the UCL Sim Tournament live draw is coming on the 25th of March at 7 p.m. during the international break. What is the UCL Sim Tournament? It's a free-to-play, 2 spaces left tournament with every team in the Champions League cash or gift card prize for person who finishes first, second and third. You do not need a FIFA game, an Xbox or a PlayStation. All we need is your name in the chat, and that will be enough to get you entrance into the tournament. But I thank you all for joining me today. Kyle's put, cheers Kieran, great stream, Frozen 3, another box office smash. See you all at the premiere of it. We saw the premiere tonight, and I'll be honest, I think Elsa's job is well and truly safe, lads. I don't know what you think. But Tubb says, I can't remember the last time I had a happy double win with Bayern and Everton. I think there's always at least one of them lets you down. Most usually it'll probably be Everton. And with the UCL FIFA Sim tournament, Tubbs is Midtjylland for the win, and Kyle is Istanbul all the way, baby. But thank you for joining us. If you want to follow our socials, they are on the screen right now. This is YouTube, The Sports Corner. The Twitter is at @the_top corner. Website is the sports-corner, which Kyle has put in the chat very nicely. And Instagram is the_sports corner_ if you want to see what we are up to on there. But I thank you very much for joining me for this game. Gladbach are back to winning ways. The trilogy ends well. 2 bad weeks in a row, but we are finally back on winning ways. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.